So I just reliced up my R2D2 to Relic 3, as I recently made that video explaining how to beat General Skywalker with Padme without using Grandmaster Yoda, which is what most people rely on. As you see, he doesn't have any 6-dot mods yet. I've given him some health sets and a potency set. So he's got about 60k health, which will be increased by Padme's leadership. His speed here, 275, his potency 100%, and about 44% crit chance. So that's what I have on him, nothing too special, but it gives him the survivability that I need to be able to take down a General Skywalker team. So let's do that. I'm going to be attacking Pharma here. Let me check what he has done for his modding, protection, crit damage, and speed. So kind of a usual General Skywalker that you see pretty often. Relic 5 Echo, 4 Rex, 4 Arc, 7 5s. Usually you see a little bit more on 5s in Arc, but this will do just fine for the testing purposes. So let's give that a shot. Now this time my Padme got protection up before General Skywalker went, which means that her cooldowns won't be reduced. And that's always very nice. That's a really good added benefit for me, as I get to use all of my specials a lot quicker. Like R2D2 here, he can put smokescreen on GK, which means that everyone remains stealthed. That will allow them to preserve their buffs a lot better, as they won't get dispelled as much. And in turn, that will allow me to both topple General Skywalker quicker, so I have 20 stacks of courage here already, as well as picking off the clones much quicker now that General Skywalker has been toppled. As Padme here, you can see she has 14 buffs on her. She should be quite alright here. She has 22 stacks of courage. So I'm just going to call everyone in and kill 5s over there. So next up, I like to go for Echo. Now R2 here as well has 21 stacks of courage. So this should kill Echo, which means you won't get to throw that second grenade that can be quite deadly. And now hopefully, yes, I'll be able to pick off Rex before General Skywalker stands back up. I won't be able to kill Arc, but that's okay. Now, I was afraid I might lose him there. It always depends on whether I have Foresight up just before General Skywalker makes a move. Like before he comes out of topple, but I should be able to survive, hopefully. Just going to do that. Now hopefully R2 here, he won't be able to take a turn, otherwise I would have been able to put Foresight on himself. So now it's a bit of a gamble who I'm going to lose. I lost those two guys, and that leaves me with just General Skywalker. I hope this is going to be a stun. Yes, that gives me an okay chance. I was afraid I might get killed there. Well, I could use the cleanse / heal here, but it's not really going to make any kind of difference. So that's a loss. Still, it's quite reliable to get it down to just General Skywalker, but the tricky part I have here, despite not getting my cooldowns reduced, is that the moment that General Skywalker gets out of that first topple, I need to have Foresight on my GK. That's going to be absolutely crucial. So that's a bit of a learning experience for me. This was my first attempt using my Relic R2, and I'll be practicing that a little bit to make sure that it's more consistent and that I won't have those issues. Alright, so I'm back for round 2, and I've made a slight change to Padme, as she had health sets before, and now I have given her a potency set and a potency cross. So she's dropped about 12k health, which combined with her leadership is actually 18k health. But her potency is up significantly, so hopefully that can make a little bit of a difference in landing stuns. She is still a little bit faster than R2, as that's quite important, since when her cooldowns and R2D2's cooldowns get reduced, you don't want R2D2 to be going first, as he would be not able to use any specials. He might still be stunned from Echo, for example, but if Padme goes just before him, then she can cleanse him, and then he can come and help out with his smokescreen. So he's at 274, just below her, and hopefully that'll do the trick. I'll pay a little bit more attention now to the Foresight on General Kenobi and see if that's going to make a difference. As usually, if he doesn't have it and he only has a 65% chance to get it at the end of his turn, then it can lead to trouble. Now, again, I got lucky here. I got the protection up before General Skywalker goes, so Padme's cooldowns don't get reduced, which makes a difference. It's not a huge difference, but it's definitely noticeable. Now I can put the smoke screen on General Kenobi again. In this case here, I will use the retribution. Even though nobody's going to get hit, I just like having the extra buff on the team so that it can become courage in a little bit. Now I already get to topple General Skywalker. We go for 5s next. They take such a ridiculous amount of turns. Literally half the turns here were already from this team. Now in this case I will just use a basic, which should kill him. R2D2 has 22 stacks, so we're going to be burning Echo. Works nicely as well. And now in this case I will do the AoE group attack, as there's not much courage to burn and I would rather have all of those attacks out of the way. And now this will allow me to hopefully pick off Arc still before General Skywalker untopples. General Kenobi has no foresight, but is still at full protection because he has taken very little damage. So hopefully he can... Oof, close. He was able to tank that, but now that I will hit him, he will get killed. Wow, I can't believe he actually survived that. So hopefully I land the stun here, which is really important, which is what I saved the kick for. I did. So that should be a pretty easy win then. R2D2 gets to do the honors. Lovely. Alright, and there we go. So with a small change there, that Padme stun landing was really quite important. And in this case, General Kenobi surviving because he took a lot less hits in the beginning makes a really big difference. I'll be doing some more practice, not against Ahsoka variants because they're just so much easier, but probably up against this team in a minute. So for my third run, I've made some more slight adjustments. I've given Padme this arrow that I previously had on Vader, which has 10% potency, really nice arrow. Then I've given her the triangle back that she had before. So now she ends up at 116% potency, which is a little bit better and hopefully a bit more reliable as well. So let's do the third attempt here. I'll be doing it up against this team. Just going to take a look. Okay, so he's got a very fast General Skywalker. Still plenty of protection. 6-2, 5-7. So let's see how it goes. Maybe we're going to get a run now where General Skywalker does hit Padme before she has protection up. It's funny because usually that's how it goes. Yeah, there we go. So now my cooldowns are reduced across the board. R2D2 is stunned here, so he's much more vulnerable. And I'm going to have to wait a full round for Padme to be able to get the cleanse in, which should be right around now, as Jedi Knight Anakin took a bonus turn there. So now everyone is cleansed, still building up some courage. So that's helpful because I do want to topple General Skywalker quickly, or they're going to build up far too much offense. My General Kenobi here is already close to dying, which is usually not really a good thing, because the moment General Skywalker comes out of his topple, I'm going to get stomped pretty hard probably. So now I've got 28 stacks of courage on R2D2. It would be a waste to use smokescreen right now. So I'll be burning, which makes the courage go to the character that I have targeted, not to everyone. That would be insane. And hopefully R2D2 can get one more turn so I can put up the smokescreen, but it doesn't look like it. So I'm going to lose my GK here, though he does have foresight. I just don't think I'll be able to survive until then. But we'll see. He does still have the foresight, so that might... Yeah, it always saves you from the second hit. So now I can put the smoke screen on him right there. And since R2D2 has a little bit of courage and retribution isn't really going to help me too much, I'll just do the AoE here. And there we go. So pretty easy attempt. Even though my Padme got her cooldowns reduced first, there wasn't really any trouble. So it's starting to become more and more consistent now that I'm using Relic R2D2. So for the final run, I'll be going up against Carousel here, as it's my payout in 15 minutes. And I should be in rank 1. Let me just take a look ahead to see how he's modded. Alright. Didn't make any changes from last time. I'm just trying to do as many battles as possible before locking into Grand Arena, as I want to make sure it is consistent. Did get my cooldowns reduced here. R2 got stunned as well. I honestly prefer this scenario just because it gives me a more realistic view of whether it's feasible enough to use this team setup. Because if I always have the protection up and I can instantly cleanse everything, then yeah, it's not that good of a test, because it's only the best case scenario that I'm testing. Alright, I did not get the courage that I got on Ahsoka last round, which allowed me to already topple General Skywalker, so I've got to be smart on how I want to handle this one. I've got some courage here. Next attack should be able to topple him. And probably just in time, because I'm starting to take pretty long here. Alright, 22 stacks on Ahsoka. That's not quite a kill yet. Now this Echo second grenade came back quite quickly. I honestly didn't expect that. So that's not so good. Makes my team pretty vulnerable. I really need to get a cleanse in soon, or I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. This will kill 5s, but no foresight on GK here, so there he goes. And here you see like pretty much the same setup as before. Maybe the mods on the other team are a little bit different, but now things don't quite work out at all. It's actually the worst attempt out of all the ones I recorded, because at least in the other ones I got it down to just General Skywalker, but in this one that's really not going to happen. Unless I land a stun here, maybe I can pick off a few more, but that's not happening either, as all the other clones are still giving General Skywalker a lot of tenacity. So that's R2 gone. This isn't gonna topple. I could be doing a basic here to try to use the courage to drop him, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I'll just do this instead and hope that I survive the next attacks. Yeah, that's not what I would call survival. Alright, so now maybe I have a chance to pick off 1 or 2 more clones. No, didn't happen. And the reason why it's relevant is because at least the more you can pick off, the easier the cleanup becomes, and ideally I get it down to just General Skywalker every single time. So going to buy a refresh, which I was going to anyways for some extra practice runs, and let's give it one more try and see how it goes this time. I hope General Skywalker will hit me so that I get a good test. Yes, he does. Excellent. Didn't get a stun on R2 this time. Don't think it ends up mattering a whole lot because, well, I mean, I do get the smoke screen now, so that's nice already. So, some more buffs. But this is not looking good at all. My General Kenobi is way too vulnerable here, but I'm going to get the heal, which I will use. Now this is unfortunate. Because I didn't topple General Skywalker already, I'm going to be wasting all of my courage here. There's a bug that makes you spend all of your courage on General Skywalker, regardless of how much you need, whereas normally seen, characters only use just as much courage as they need to be able to take something down. So it's a really big waste, and it will probably stop me from getting the full kill here, but we'll see. That's 5's gone at least. 28 stacks, that's pretty crazy. Now Echo is about to do his AoE, so I definitely want to take him out. Maybe I can still, probably not. Would be nice if I could still get a kill here on Arc. Or at least foresight on General Kenobi, so that he can survive this hit. Yes. Okay, so Padme has 23 stacks. But I don't think it's going to be quite enough to topple him, so I'm going to play it safe with a kick here. I was correct. Now, I don't want to kill Arc yet. I actually want to try to get a heal in. There we go. Perfect. So, does he have foresight? He does not. He does have 5 stacks of protection up, so hopefully that... Ugh, so painful. But at least I got it down to just General Skywalker, so in my book that's nice. It's not perfect, it could be a lot better, but that's ultimately what I want to achieve in the least, like in the worst case scenario. And there I ended up getting the win anyway, so good enough for me. Got a bit of a different scenario there as well, so I'm glad I'm doing a lot of rounds of testing, because it makes you adapt, makes you figure out the strategies that you need to use, and that will ultimately allow me to get better and to more consistently get it down to at least General Skywalker and hopefully just kill the entire team. Now I'll do some more attempts on a person that I share my payout with, who's in my guild, Ashensoul, in a minute. Alright, another round, this one up against a bit more of a tanky General Skywalker. Let's see how this one goes. Okay, so in this case I got all the protection up, so no cooldowns have been reduced. General Kenobi is looking pretty fragile already though. So going to put up the smoke screen here. And hopefully get close to the topple here. Alright, 20 stacks of courage. Again, it's a pity. I have to burn all of them on General Skywalker here. But I should have enough firepower here. I've got 14 buffs on Padme. So 5 shouldn't be much of an issue. She's about to take a turn here with 24 stacks of courage. So I don't think this is going to kill him, but I really want to save the kick. Yeah, this one... This is not... I mean, here you're going to see I've got 24 stacks of courage. I would have rather taken out some clone with that. In this case, it will only burn what it needs. So 5 stacks of courage. Always go for Echo second here. But I don't think I'll be able to take out 3 characters here. So Rex might end up one-shotting my General Kenobi. Yeah, that's going to be risky. Oh, surprising shot there. Now I have to try to topple him here. Otherwise Rex is going to finish me up. Not sure why R2 didn't assist there. What do I want to do? I think I want to topple, which didn't quite work out. Now Rex is going to use it. Yeah, there goes General Kenobi. And I don't think I'm even going to... Although, yeah, this should do it. Okay, so I will be able to get it down to just General Skywalker. That's good, but unfortunately, no success in this case. I don't want to use the smoke screen just yet. I should have probably used it. But it's whatever, I'm not going to clear this, it's just not possible. Even if I manage to get the stuns in and everything, it's incredibly unrealistic. Alright, well, again, just down to General Skywalker, that's okay with me, not perfect. But you see, there's quite a lot of variance in the fight still. Alright, so far I've made it 3 out of 6 attempts, so let's see if we can make it 4 out of 7 here. Probably going to be my last one, as I still want to switch back to my General Skywalker team. So let's see how it goes. I didn't get crit there from Echo, so I will still get my cooldowns reduced. Now this first part of the fight always feels so lame because you absolutely do no damage whatsoever. While the clone team is taking a million turns and building up a lot of offense. That is awfully close. Now I finally get the heal in here. But for GK it's not looking too good. So now I want to think. I could put up the smoke screen to mitigate some of the buff dispelling, but I don't think I'm going to do it in this case. I'm going to wait until just before the first topple, and then I'll use it to protect the rest of my team. So General Kenobi has no courage whatsoever. This might end up being a mistake because I get all of my buffs dispelled. Yeah, there goes Anakin. That's not looking good. I will probably use the kick here. Okay, probably a good choice. I'll go for Echo. This won't kill him. Oh, it did. Impressive. That should be a kill. Now I'm going to use the smoke screen and hopefully still kill Arc, which would completely turn this run around. Oh, that is painful. Yeah, not a chance here. This one is not going to happen. But hopefully I can still topple him once. This should do the job. Oh, so close. I think Ahsoka will do more damage, so I better use the special. Nope, it didn't even do the job. So I got it down to just General Skywalker. That's decent. He doesn't get all the protection back now, but yeah, he kills off most of my team. So that's another loss. Unless I eternally stun him here with R2D2, which would be very funny. I mean, he's doing the job? Nah. Alright, well, so that's only 3 out of 7 attempts. That's not as consistent as I was hoping. So I'm going to be looking into what kind of changes I can make to try to be more consistent. There's not much you can do about General Skywalker going first. Echo stunning my R2D2 or not does have some effect. So I could load him up with some more tenacity, but I don't think it's very realistic to give him a lot of tenacity as it goes at the cost of survivability. Might put me in trouble. So other than like taking more mods to 6E, improving the mods on Ahsoka, improving the ones on R2D2, I'm not sure if there's gameplay wise a whole lot I could do better, unless anyone in the comments has any tips. Either way, I hope this helped you out. I had a lot of fun doing it. I wanted to take up my R2D2 ever since I made the previous video where I could only use a gear 12 R2D2, where I had to get super lucky with him surviving. But now that he is at Relic 3, he's doing a decent job and allowing me to get pretty far into almost all of the fights. So that's at least a lot more consistent than Shaq T was, even though I liked using her as well. So yeah, take care everyone.